Hello, welcome to another unboxing. This time it's the Sky Disco flash lamp. This is an LED strobe and it's ridiculously cheap. £8.50 and I think it was on offer, it was less than £7 delivered. I'm going to use this one behind my Cyberman statue from Big Chief Studios, and I want a sort of a slow flash. This one's blue. There are various colours you can get, and well, let's see what it looks like, and I'll put it in situ and give a little video of it, hopefully working. So warning, epilepsy sufferers, this video contains strobe lighting. Now the strobe I had years ago, I bought from Tandy, was also a small box, rather nice actually, but it had a tube in it, and I think that's a xenon discharge tube, a bit like a flash you'd have on a camera. So I don't know how these LEDs stand up, but I don't need it to be super bright, just a little bit of fun. So well, let's have a look inside and see what we get for our £7. Oh dear, first off, oh no, it's wired in as well. That, honestly, I don't know how they managed to sell some of these things and get it through, because that is not a UK legal plug, right? That is dangerous. Okay. Right, reasons it's dangerous. Now you see it has this coating here, which is probably just as well, because the danger is that when you put it in, that's where the plugs are quite big normally, wide, is you might actually touch the live or neutral or both when you're actually putting it in and electrocute yourself. And also it has no fuse, which is completely illegal in this country as far as I understand it. So this should not be sold in this country, especially because this is actually wired into the unit. Oh, it looks like it's been used already, this. Oh, for this price, what the hell. Right, there's no instructions. But I'm going to have to put a different plug on this. It's a bit annoying. I might just risk one plug in just to make sure it works. Because obviously I won't be able to send it back. Well, would I bother sending it back for £7 anyway? I don't know. If it didn't work. So let's have a quick look round the box. Flash lamp can be used in disco, bar, dancing stage, skating ground. I think dancing stage, but it's D and there's a dash and sing stage, and so on. I mean, etc. Meanwhile, while you're doing that, can be used in an exhibition and supermarket area. So if you happen to be having an exhibition in a supermarket, you can use this at the same time as using it in a disco somewhere else, according to this. So that's always worth knowing, isn't it? The flashing light can be seen out of 3 km away, 3 kilometers away. The colour, oh wait, interesting, is the English spelling of colour here, which you don't see very often. The colour of the flash lamp have orange, yellow, green, blue and transparent. Okay, so voltage 110, 50, 60, 220, 50, 60. So it must have some sort of switching transformer inside. Well, there we are. I love the translation. Love that sort of stuff. So we get a few LEDs in a very lightweight box. Now it looked like it was metal, but it is actually plastic. And some of them, you know, they have microphones and they work according to a level setting. But this one looks like it's just speed, and that's your lot. So there we are. So not much more to say about that. I'll risk plugging it in and see what we get and see how bright it is. Plugged in, and it does work. Now, what you might think would be the highest setting is the lowest setting. Oh no, it does actually go clockwise, beg your pardon. So, it's okay. Quite fast, I suppose, for a strobe. It's okay. Obviously, it looks slower on the camera, I would imagine. But when you go to adjust the speed, it just stops. A moment ago, I left it on the bottom one here, on the very lowest setting. And I think it... No, it's not going to do it now. Let's turn it up a touch. No. Ah, there we go. So it's not the full travel of the potentiometer at the back, the knob, if you want to call it that. So you can adjust it quite slowly. That's what I want, really. It's just the odd flash, not too strobey, because it's going to be in the hallway. Right, so it can be adjusted. Okay, but I'd just say, if you're going to buy this, you're going to have to replace the plug with a fused plug. And if you're not too sure how to wire a plug, or you're unhappy with that, I would not buy this. You know, it needs to be fused. You need to have some sort of protection. Anyway, I will change the plug and I will put it in situ, and then I will show you what it looks like in situ. I was going to use this, but I've decided not to. The first thing, I did tell you about that plug. No UK plug. Well, it was a UK plug, but it didn't have a fuse. It wasn't safe. So I thought I'd just whack on a fused plug. But I don't know if you can really make that out. It's only a few strands to carry the mains electricity. Not very thick. And being so thin, even if you double it over and twist it, it's really not that easy to put that into a plug and screw down on, because it's just like, you know, okay, so it's not easy to put a new plug on. I could put crimps on it, and I was going to do that, and then I thought, no, I'll change the wire. So I took the top off. I was very surprised to see the inside, that's your lot. Now don't forget, this is mains electricity here coming in at 240 or 230 volts here, and then obviously the step down here. But you've got mains voltage travelling on this board, which is also connected to this. I don't know if I can pull that off. So I've imagined that's a metal spindle underneath. Yeah, it's a metal, look. So you've got a metal spindle underneath that's very close to some mains electric with no fuse. And I don't know about this arrangement here. As I say, I'm not an electrician, but just a big resistor. A few odds and ends there. Oh, I could see that overheating. Maybe someone that knows a bit more about electrics can comment on that and try and get let's try and get as close as we can so you can see what it is. Ah, to hell with it, let's just take it off. I'm not going to use it. No, it's not going to come off. Ah, there we go. Ow. So, I mean, there is not much protection there from the mains, is there? Goodness me, it's just a few resistors to change that voltage. I mean, I suppose if a resistor went down, it wouldn't pass mains through it, but now, I think if I'm going to do anything like this, I would look for a strobe that is a USB, or definitely not something that works on the mains. Of course, it's built to a price. It was like £7. So it'd be much better off just to have just the low voltage side of this with that little IC. Is there an IC on there? No, there isn't. Not much on there at all, really, is there? So don't forget, you know, 2 of these wires is mains voltage coming in, which is, you know, unfused. It's not safe. I don't think it's safe. I think that could overheat. I cannot recommend you buying this thing. I'm going to keep the LEDs in the box, but as for having this mains, not a chance. I'm just going to keep this bit and taking all this bit out. Maybe in the future I might rig something up and find out what that voltage is. I'm not even going to turn this on to measure that voltage there. I don't trust it at all. I don't like this arrangement. So I'm going to say that's just a big fail and I'm not using it. So there we are. So, I mean, you know, it's £7, wouldn't it? 7 or 8 quid. But really, if you're looking for a little strobe light, I would certainly look for one that has a low voltage input and not a mains input. Something that runs on, you know, 12 volts or 9 volts is the usual 2 voltages. Then you just buy a transformer or maybe even a USB type one, but certainly not mains for this. I mean, it's in a plastic box, so that gives it some insulation. But there again, if that overheated, is this flame retardant plastic? I mean, this cover, I just pulled some of it off earlier on. It's very thin. It's not, I bet it's not UK spec. Look, I can just pull it off. So I don't know how that would cope if it all started overheating. No. Anyway, so there we are. So that's the little strobe light, which I am not keeping like that. I may use it in the future, but certainly not with mains electricity going into it. Be careful when you buy stuff. Even though it's on Amazon, it doesn't mean it's fine, especially when you get the warning bells, like that little plug. If you ever see anything like that little plug on, warning bells should start ringing. And I'm even questioning how good this mains cable is. I mean, there's only a few threads in there, so obviously it won't take probably the whole 13 amps to your body, but it might do. Yeah. Any electricians out there? I should send it to Big Clive or someone like that, shouldn't I, to have a look at? But I've already sort of ruined it now. But that, no, not for me. And I mean, it's connected to that, which is metal. So the only protection if anything went wrong from you and mains electricity is this plastic here. So if you accidentally touched some of the metal here, who knows what could happen. I would avoid this one if I was you. Anyway, there we are. So that's the little strobe light. Avoid. Came off Amazon. There's all sorts of various colours. If you only see anything like this, just make sure that it's not mains voltage. I just wouldn't use it. Okay, right, thanks for watching. And see you again next time. Hello. Welcome to another unboxing. This time, it's the Sky Disco Flash Lamp. So this is a mini strobe, and it's a LED strobe and not the xenon discharge type. Very, very cheap. It was £8.50 and it was on an offer. I think it was about £7 something. I mean, so cheap. Really, really cheap. Now I bought this for my Doctor Who area. I want to put this behind my Cyberman, and hopefully that I can set this quite oh, fuck's sake, man. Let's get this one.